Welcome, Andy, to another session.
Hey Jordan, how you going?
Yeah, good. Ready to talk. Actually, I'm wearing themed outfit here. Blue. We're talking about water moisture damage. So we're looking a little bit around water moisture. Let's see what we've got for us on Reddit. So this is from No Cat 3385, and he's saying, they're saying, high moisture reading around front entrance. Where could it be coming from? Has anyone come across something similar? What could cause a high moisture reading in a relatively protected interest like this? What would you investigate to work out the source? So the thing is like talking about is like the house was built in 2000 and there's no visible damage to the wall or anything swollen. He's got a little video here.
Yeah.
Watch, but
yeah, I think it's just a video of a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that moisture reading is really high. Moisture readers can do funny things. And if you don't know that they're doing funny things or why they behave certain ways around certain materials, it can be misleading. We come across it all the time where certain types of tiles will read 100%, even though they're not wet. It's just the type of material that, or the density or whatever it is about that material that's causing the moisture reader to do that. Also, within plaster wall, so this looks like it's a plasterboard wall. I've just got it on my other screen here, and the main thing that we're looking for within a report or within an inspection is those initial visual moisture damage things, the swelling, the moisture staining, all of that sort of thing. Generally around wet areas, we're seeing if there's any evidence of makeover that may be hiding something, but that can be a factor. But like a moisture reader can read 100% if it goes over the top of a certain type of steel that's within the wall frame itself, or as part of a plasterboard trim. You've got those steel plasterboard trims, and if a moisture meter goes over some of those, it will read 100%. So yeah, it's really interesting, and without being on site obviously, but we've come across newer homes that read high moisture readings low down on walls in certain areas. Generally, it's got something to do with site moisture or site drainage issues. Whether footpaths have been done up too high on external walls can be a cause. If this is a brick veneer home, there would usually be weep holes at the bottom of the wall that allows any moisture within the wall cavity to exit at the bottom of the brick wall. It also allows for ventilation, so air circulation to go through, getting rid of any unwanted moisture in there. And sometimes we've had interactions where there's footpaths up too high and covering those weep holes, or there's footpaths up high on cement sheet cladding, and it's causing the moisture reading down low on a wall to be higher than normal. So it might be reading 20 over here, which is normal throughout the room, but then over in a certain area where there's issues outside, or there's a site drainage potential issue, it's reading 40 to 50, but I mean, this is reading, looks like it's maxing out to like 100%. So yeah, it's a bit interesting without being able to see what's outside that door there, which is an entry door, I believe. It's really hard to comment on what might be the issue, but if there's no evidence of makeover and there's no swelling and stuff, I can't see there being an issue, but hard to comment without actually being on site.
Yeah, it sounds like also you need to know your moisture meter, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah. And any building inspector who uses a moisture meter on a daily basis is going to say the same thing. You've got to understand how these moisture meters react to certain materials, and generally when you're using it, and this is our procedure with how we do it and how we tell our guys to use the moisture meters that we're using, is you're using the moisture meter to get kind of like a datum, like this is kind of what's normal on these walls in this area. And then when you come across something that's showing significant difference or significantly higher readings, you know, okay, maybe there's something going on there, and it can take a bit more investigation. Sometimes it's really obvious because it's right next to a shower, or it's next to a window, and you go outside and there's a gap in the window and moisture's getting in because of rain or that sort of thing. Sometimes it's related to rising damp if it's to do with masonry walls. But yeah, it definitely pays to know your moisture levels, and we tend to do a certain procedure so that we're getting a baseline of what is normal within these walls, so that when we come across something higher, then
it's kind of like a control group you're creating, in a sense, like a control test.
Yeah, that's right. You're creating a datum or a control group. It's a more scientific kind of approach, and that's how I would suggest that any building inspector goes about their moisture readings, because you can't just stick a moisture meter on a certain wall and go, oh, that's too high, because if there's no moisture damage or issues going on with that wall, and you put the moisture meter all across that wall and it's all reading that same thing, then it may have something to do with the material that you're putting the moisture meter on, not necessarily the moisture being an issue itself.
Right.
The case by case scenario, because old houses, you can get all sorts of interesting moisture things happening, and it's been like that for 60 years, and there's no moisture damage to any skirting boards or any plasterboard, even though the moisture reader is saying that there's high moisture. So yeah, it's very interesting part of the inspecting world.
Check your tools, or get someone who's already had their tools checked over a while.
Yeah, someone who understands what's going on and doesn't just rely on what the moisture reader is saying, but is actually looking at it scientifically and from a whole perspective, not just what's happening in the moisture reader on that wall.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, thanks for that one, Andy. I think that's a wrap for cat 334. Oh, sorry, no cat. I don't know. They've got a bit of a problem with cats.
Well, maybe.
Maybe, you don't have to worry about the water problem there if you're worried about cats. But all right. Well, thanks for that, Andy. And again, if you're watching this and you've got a question, please chuck it in the comments, and we'll get to it next time we do this session. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Jordan.
Catch up.